What's up guys, Mitch from the DIYRecordingStudio.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the secret to getting the guitar sound of one of my favorite all-time bands, Blink-182. Now Blink are just wrapping up a tour in Australia, so what better a time to talk about their iconic guitar sound and how to capture that yourself. So in this video we're going to talk about the guitars that they used, the amplifiers, the pedals, and probably most importantly, the microphones, and how you can use all these things to get that iconic sound on a budget. Because we're the DIY recording studio. We're all about how do you pull that sound in our own home studios. We don't all have the luxury of Blink-182, Tom DeLonge signature guitars and Mesa Boogie amps and fancy Marshall amps and all of that kind of crazy gear that they used on their album. So today I'm going to take you through how you can capture that sound, and just to prove that it is possible with a budget setup, have a listen to this. This is a recording that I did very recently with some students at the campus where I work, and they demoed out a track that was, very heavily inspired by Blink-182, and we looked at the microphones used to pull that kind of sound. I'll pull up that session and we'll have a listen. Awesome. And as you can hear there, iconic Blink-ish sounding guitars. So how did we get that sound? So first up, Tom DeLonge has a signature Stratocaster guitar with his own signature pickups in it. Now, it's debated online if he used those on recordings or whether he was just using Gibsons. It's very likely he was using studio guitars that were at his disposal at the time. Negating all of that, I have a telly behind me that I have amazing custom pickups put in, and we use that for this sound. So I don't have a Tom signature guitar. I don't have the Gibson that he potentially used on that album. So I went with that guitar because I know I can kind of dial in that tone with that particular guitar. And sometimes it's about just using what you have. That guitar then went into this pedal, the DS2 distortion pedal, and even the clean tone was this pedal just with the distortion dialed way down. And I love this sound. It is the sound that you'll hear on lots and lots of records, and really simple, really affordable pedal there. And then that went into my little Vox AC50 amp into my Marshall box, and nothing fancy, nothing expensive here. It was the pedal doing a lot of the distortion sound and giving a lot of the tone, and then the amp is really just there to push air and be picked up by microphones. So it was shaping the tone a little bit, but it's really just not doing that much. And is that the way they captured their tone on the album? Obviously not. But did we get that tone in this recording? I think the results speak for themselves. Now, where the real secret lied in pulling this guitar tone was not where you think. It wasn't just the guitar choice and the pedal choice going through an amplifier. It was very much the mic choice as well. And I'll explain that when we look at our session. So what we've got going on here is pairs of microphones, okay, on each guitar. So if we look over here, guitar left, we have my modded C1, my Neumann U87 mod to the C1, and the stock standard 57, SM57 on a guitar cab. And I'm just going to solo those up and have a listen. And you can hear we get these really bright, really crisp, airy guitar tones. And how we're getting that is we're using the 57, which has lots of mid-range. It's known for that mid-range kind of crunchiness that it can pick up. And then the combination with a condenser like a Neumann U87 is the secret sauce into getting this guitar tone, because the U87 has this really nice top end, a really flat kind of mid-range, and then quite a nice extended low frequency response as well. Let's just solo the U87s left and right for a second. Now you can hear there, that is the core sound of the guitar tone that we've got going on. That U87 style microphone sound gives you this kind of airiness, but this really honest mid-range. If I compare that to the 57s, have a listen to the 57s. Great upper mid-range in that, great bite to it, but then the 87s. The 87s are giving it all that nice bottom end and then that nice top end, and then the 57s are adding some mid-range sort of crunchiness to it. The other secret that we did on top of just the microphone is, especially as the song gets towards the end, is that we layered it in a way that Blink-182 would arrange a song. So pretty stock standard punk, like late 90s, early 2000s technique is have your power chords going and then just slap some octave chords over the top of that, and that will give you everything. So have a listen to the octave chords we added over the top here. Cool, and you can hear there's this like two parts to the octaves. We've got one side doing this. It's kind of melodic line, and then the other side sitting there static. Pretty classic punk, and then you end up with these kind of two moving layers, or one static and one moving kind of thing, and it adds this really cool effect. And then you add your power chords back in. And that's how you get this kind of like wall of sound of guitars, which was a really popular thing at the time in the like 90s and early 2000s. There was this idea of just layering up guitars and getting this wall of sound of guitars, these really rich, dense textures. So part of the sound is that arrangement as well, so you can't go past that. Now, let's put everything back in the mix. Keep in mind, there is zero EQ or compression or anything going on these guitars. These are just the guitar tones that we pulled on the day, the guitar of choice, my Tele that I've got, and then the right distortion pedal with the right mic choices on the guitar amp. Now, I'll show you the clean tone we pulled as well. Let's have a look at that. So we'll listen to just the Neumann U87 style microphone and how it sounds. And it's really carrying that, once again, the low frequency and the nice high sheen that we'd expect. But then you add in the 57 and listen what happens. You just get all of that bite and like mid-rangey grit and detail that you need in the mids from the 57. And it's really just about blending a stock standard 57 with a U87 type condenser microphone. Now, do you need to go out and buy a multi-$1,000 microphone like a U87? Of course not, all right? Remember, we're the DIY recording studio. I have a video on how to make a very affordable U87 clone. I'll put a link to it down below. If you are looking to capture this kind of sound and maybe aren't getting there with just a 57, it's because you need that condenser, large diaphragm condenser sound as well blended in. It's about the blend. That'll get you the tonality. And you can hear like we're so close to that tone without any processing. And that's where you want to be. When you're recording your own music, no matter what genre, you should be dialing in the tones with the right gear, the right microphones, and getting that balance. And just make sure you do your research, because the information is out there online, and the one thing I see missed a lot is this microphone combination. Now, there are debates online as to exactly which microphones are used to capture this blink sound. I've seen people say it's a combination of a Royer and a Neumann. Look, whatever. I used this combo. I feel this got me there straight away. So, whatever. We can have it as that. So I think we did a pretty good job of getting that Blink-182 style guitar tone. What do you think? Let me know in the comments sections down below. And if you've got any further questions about how we pulled this sound or any of the gear I use, make sure that you message me either here or you can direct message me on my Instagram. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mitch from the DIYRecordingstudio.com. I'll catch you soon.